Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are students from BA 112F Group 3. We will be presenting the group assignment for Business Mathematics regarding the compound interest and annuity for Miss Nafatihah binti Harun. First and foremost, let us introduce ourselves as the member of the Group 3. First of all, my name is Ahmad Rizal bin Ahmad Shukri and my matrix number is 20228255 and 66.
Hi, my name is Adam bin Muhammad Fauzi and my matrix number is 2022875774.
My name is Anas Fatihi bin Muhammad Nasir and my student ID is 2022853652.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Rifki bin Muhammad Kamil. My student ID is 2022869822.
For our presentation today, we will be reviewing the content of introduction, case study, problem statement, result and discussion, conclusion, and last but not least, the references for both the annuity and compound interest. Case study number 1, compound interest. Introduction of compound interest. So, what is compound interest? Compound interest is the interest calculated on both the initial principal and the accumulated interest from previous periods. In essence, it means earning or paying interest on interest. Unlike simple interest, compound interest accelerates the growth of money over time. The more frequent the compounding, the faster the increase. This makes it a powerful ally for investors and savers, but a potential burden for borrowers. By Benninga 2014. As you can see, this is the table of fixed deposit rate of return for our case study 1. For the blue highlight, 1 month is our T, which is T equal to 1/12, and the R is equal to 2.10%, or in decimal it should be 0.0210. And we will use the blue table for our objective 1, and then in the red table we will use it for the objective 3, which is the special case where there will be a second P. So from the table of the fixed deposit rate of return, how do we apply it in the compound interest? To easily understand the compound interest, let me start with the problem statement. So, in our problem statement, Walid is planning to invest in an ordinary fixed deposit account offered by RHB Bank for future financial security. The account offers 2.10% compound and interest of quarterly, which is from the table, as you can see, whereby Walid intends to deposit an amount of RM8,000 for 3 years, whereby P is equal to 8,000 and T equal to 3 years, and as you can see, the compounded interest, or our R's, is equal to 2.10%, or in decimal it will become 0.0210. That does sound complicated, right? So why don't we do step by step by classifying the objective of our presentation in the compound interest. So first, to calculate, our objective is to calculate the total accumulated amount at the end of Walid investment period. So that is a basic question. Second, to determine the total interest earned by Walid over the investment period. So we will be finding the total interest earned by Walid at the end of investment, right? So we will search for I. For the third objective, we are to determine the account balance at the end of the saving period of wallet. If wallet make an additional deposit of 2,500 ringgit into the same account 1 year after his initial investment. So this is a special case 1 whereby there is a new P. In the fourth objective, we are to determine the total accumulated amount at the end of the saving period if the interest rate changed to 2.5% compounded semi-annually 6 months after the initial deposit. So this is the objective for the special case number 2, whereby there is a new R.
To calculate the total amount accumulated at the end of the investment period, so we can use the accumulated amount formula, which is S equals to P, open bracket, 1 plus I, close the bracket, and then power by N. So let's fill it up. S equals to 8,000, open bracket, 1 plus 21 per 4,000, and then close the bracket, and then power by 12. So we can get the answer. S equals to RM 8,518.81 cent. So objective 2, which is we need to determine the total interest earned by wallet over the investment period. So we can use the interest formula, which is I equals to S minus P. So let's fill it up. I equals to RM 8,518.81 cent minus 8,000, RM 8,000, and then we can get the answer is I equals to RM 621.06 cent. So let's insert it first in the timetable. So for the P1 equals to RM 8,000, and the P2 as mentioned the additional amount RM 2,500, and for the S equals to unknown, so we need to find it first. So for the K is 2.5%, we need to change it to decimal first, which is 0.025, and M equals to 4. So for the I, we need to use the formula I equals to K over M. So let's insert it. We will get 0.021 over 4 and equals to 21 over 4,000. And for the N, we need to using the formula. There's two sides because we got N1 and N2. So for the N1, the M will be 4, and for the T, it will be 1. So we need to multiply 4 and multiply 1, it will be 4. And for the N2, the M will be 4 and the T will be 2. So it will get the answer by it will be 8. So to determine the account balance at the end of the saving period, if wallet makes an additional deposit of 2,500 into the same account 1 year after her initial investment. So let's insert it, the formula. So the formula, it will be S1 equals to P1 open bracket 1 plus I close the bracket, and then power N 1. So let's insert it. S1 equals to 8,000 open bracket 1 plus 21 over 4,000 and close the bracket power of 4. So it will get the answer S1 equals to RM 8,169.33 cent. So for the P new, we will be using the formula P new equals to S1 plus P2, that amount added. So let's insert it. P new equals to 8,169.33 cents plus 2,500. So it will get the answer. P new, it will be RM 10,669.33 cents. So let's insert it next formula. S equals to P new, open bracket, 1 plus I, close the bracket, power of n 2. So let's insert it. S equals to 10,669.33 cents, open bracket, 1 plus 21 over 4,000, close the bracket, 8, power of 8. So the S equals to 11,157.05 cents. So for the objective 4, we need to find the accumulated amount. So we need to using the accumulated amount formula, which is S1 equals to P1, open bracket, 1 plus I, close the bracket, power of n 1. So the S1, let's insert it the value. So S1 equals to 8,000, open bracket, 1 plus 21 over 4,000, close the bracket, power of 2. So S1, it will get the answer, which is RM 8,084.22 cents. So we can use the value to next formula, which is S equals to S1, open bracket, 1 plus I, 2, close the bracket, power of n 2. So the S, it will be, let's insert it the value from before this, which is S equals to 8,084.22 cents, open bracket, 1 plus 1 per 1 plus 1 over 240, close the bracket, power of 5. So the S, it will get the answer, which is RM 8,254.05 cents.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul. So today I would like to share with you about the case study 2, which is the annuity. So what is annuity? An annuity is a financial product that provides guaranteed payment at regular intervals. A person pays a lump sum to a financial institution which holds the money during an accumulation period. So after that, the institution makes fixed payment over time. Annuities offer steady income but are less flexible than others. Investment, because early withdrawal often come with penalties. Problem statement. Samion wants to buy a house in Putrajaya for his family. The cost of the house was 198,000 ringgit Malaysia. So he plans to pay 10% of the down payment and the balance will be financed through a loan from Bank Muamalat, property loan. The bank offers an interest rate of 4.55% compounded monthly, and the loan will be settled through monthly payment in 30 years. Objective. The first one is to determine the amount of monthly payment paid by Samion. The second one is to calculate the total interest incurred by Samion. The third one is to calculate the total outstanding balance if someone wants to settle the loan immediately after the 300 payment. And the last one, which is the fourth, is to determine the outstanding arrears that must be settled on the next payment if someone miss 5 consecutive monthly payments.
The cost price is RM 198,000. Next is down payment, same as 10% multiply cost price equal RM 19,800. And lastly is balance equals cost price minus down payment equal to RM 178,200 and its value of A. Value for K is 24.55% or 0.0455. M is 12 because it's monthly and T is 30 years. Value for I is K divide M equal to 0.0455 divide 12 is 91 per 24,000. Value for N is M multiply T equals to 12 multiply 30 equal to 360. For the objective one is determine the amount of monthly payment paid by Sameon. The formula we will use is A equal R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I bracket power negative N per A multiply I. So we will change the position of formula because value of R is not given. The formula will be R equals to A multiply I per bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I bracket power negative N. So the calculation is R equals to bracket 178,200 multiply 91 per 24,000 divide bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus 91 per 24,000 bracket power of negative 360. For the objective 2, we need to calculate the total interest incurred by Sameon. I equals to R multiply N minus A. I equals to 908 multiply 360 minus 178,200. I equals to RM 148,759.2. For objective 3, we must calculate the total outstanding balance if Sameon want to settle the loan immediately after the 300 payment. First, N unpaid equals to N total minus N paid equals 360 minus 300 equals to 60. N equals to bracket 908.22 bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus 91 per 24,000 power of negative 60 divide 91 per 24,000. A 60 equals to RM 48,656.10. Objective 4. We need to determine the outstanding areas that must be settled on the next payment if Sameon miss 5 consecutive monthly payment. N unpaid equals to 5 plus 1 equals to 6. Sn equals to R bracket 1 plus I bracket power of N minus 1 divide I. S6 equals to bracket 908.22 bracket 1 plus 91 per 24,000 bracket 1 of 6 minus 1. S6 equals RM 5,501.24 cent. For conclusion, compound interest and annuity. Compound interest. We learn from the compound interest case study that compared to basic interest, this idea may significantly enhance investment or savings over time. Money can expand exponentially as demonstrated by the calculating procedure that includes the interest rate, time duration, and compounding frequency. This study also taught us how crucial is to select investment with competitive interest rate and regular compounding in order for best result. Annuity. We examine the idea of regular payment over a predetermined time period. whether for loan repayment or savings. In the case study on annuities, we were aware of the distinction between an annuity due and an ordinary annuity, as well as how they impact the present and future value of money when it comes to long-term investing, retirement, and home purchase. This information is quite helpful. All things considered, this course enable us to understand the practical application of financial mathematics in everyday situation.